Welcome back to Horoscope TV. If you are a Sagittarius, you are definitely going to want to pull up a chair and really listen closely today.
Oh, absolutely. Grab a drink, settle in, because this is a really big one.
Yeah, it really is. This episode is completely dedicated to you, our Sagittarius listeners out there, and we are looking specifically at the exact period from April 20 to April 26, 2026.
Right, and we have to tell them exactly why they need to tune in for this one, because honestly, the astro data is showing some incredibly powerful changes coming up this week.
Exactly. You are about to experience some major shifts, and, well, you really need to carefully plan your next big steps instead of just rushing forward blindly, which, is sometimes the classic Sagittarius way.
It definitely is. I mean, the astrological charts for this week are showing a massive amount of movement. You are going to feel a real shift in how you process, everything around you.
Right. Imagine you are standing at the starting line of a marathon. Your adrenaline is pumping, you are totally ready to sprint, but just as the gun goes off, the universe hands you a heavy 50-pound weighted blanket.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that is a really good way to put it.
Thanks. For a Sagittarius this week, that is exactly what the cosmos is doing. We are going to look at the astro data to give you a complete picture of your love life, your work, your money, and your health.
That 50-pound blanket is just a great way to picture it. We are analyzing the planet's movements in the sky above you right now, and we're going to break down exactly why this heavy feeling is happening.
Right, and more importantly, how you can actually use it to your advantage rather than just fighting against it all week.
Exactly.
Ah.
Because fighting it is only going to make it worse.
So let us get right into it and just, drop the anchor. The big shift happens right away on April 20. The sun enters Taurus.
And this is huge for you.
Because for you, a Sagittarius, you are a fire sign. You want to move, travel, and just keep your options completely open all the time.
Right. You want to be out in the world.
Exactly. But Taurus is Earth. It is slow, it is stubborn, and it really demands that you look at the ground beneath your feet. So what does that collision of fire and earth actually look like in your daily life?
Well, it creates a sudden, almost jarring focus on your physical reality. When the sun enters Taurus on April 20, the bright, burning energy of your mind is basically forced to look at your daily work routines and your physical health.
Oh, so you can't just live in your head anymore.
No, not at all. The fire cannot just burn wildly in the air anymore. It has to actually heat up the earth. This means your physical health becomes your absolute #1 priority for the next month.
Wait, so the days of running on 4 hours of sleep and a massive cup of coffee are just over?
Totally over. The charts are shouting a very clear health warning right now.
A warning? Like what kind of warning?
Well, if you try to push through your days relying purely on your natural restless energy, you'll just hit a solid wall. You really need to stay home and rest your active mind.
I see. So the daily creative stress you usually carry around is going to feel much heavier under this Taurus sun.
Exactly. And if you ignore this, you will completely burn out. You won't even have a choice.
Now, I am looking at how Taurus rules the physical body, and it seems like the stomach is going to be the main alarm bell this week. Is that right?
Yeah, you are picking up on a really key detail from the astro data there. You are going to have a highly sensitive stomach right now.
Oh, wow. Really?
Yes. When a fire sign gets stressed, that heat often internalizes. And under Taurus, it settles right in the gut. So you absolutely must drink plenty of fresh, clean water to sort of cool that system down.
Right. Hydration is key. And I'm guessing diet plays a part too.
Oh, definitely. You have to eat healthy, nutritious meals, no junk food on the run.
It is almost like taking a wild horse and putting it in a safe, comfortable stable. You lock the door, give it some fresh water, and just tell it to rest.
That is exactly what it's like.
But, knowing a Sagittarius, they are going to kick at that stable door. They really hate feeling locked in.
Oh, they despise it.
Right. So will this feel incredibly boring for them, or is this forced rest exactly what their body is screaming for right now?
Well, they will definitely want to kick the door at first, but when we analyze the whole picture, this grounding energy is actually a huge gift.
A gift? Really?
Yeah, it really is. It is the universe stepping in before you break your own legs running way too hard. And here is the surprising part. April 20 is actually marked in the charts as one of your best dates of the week.
Wait, hold on. Being locked in the stable with a sensitive stomach is one of the best dates. How does that even work?
Because the grounding energy is highly positive. It brings real, lasting results. The relief you will feel when you finally stop running and just let yourself rest is going to be amazing.
I get it. It is the deep satisfaction of finally putting down a really heavy bag you've been carrying for miles.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, I can see how that forced pause is a hidden blessing. But the stable is not completely quiet on April 20, is it? Because there's a lot of noise coming from other planets.
There really is. Mercury meets Saturn and Mars on this exact same day.
Oh, wow. That sounds intense.
It is a massive combination
Yeah,
because, Mercury is how you think and how you communicate.
right.
And then Saturn is the strict rule maker. It's the planet that demands hard work and absolute discipline.
And then you throw Mars into the mix.
Exactly. And Mars is your drive, your raw physical energy, and honestly, your urge to fight.
So you have Mars pushing the gas pedal all the way down, but Saturn is slamming on the brakes, and poor Mercury is desperately trying to steer the car.
That is a perfect way to describe it.
That sounds like a recipe for a massive argument at work, not just a day of heavy energy. So how do you handle that tension without, completely blowing up at your boss?
Well, the friction is very real. This meeting of planets forces you to think very seriously and act really bravely regarding your creative projects and your romantic life.
Okay, so it affects work and love.
Yes. At your job, the Mars energy gives you massive amounts of energy. You will want to get everything done instantly.
Right, because Mars just wants to go.
Exactly. But Saturn is standing right there, literally holding a clipboard.
Mm.
You must act very responsibly. You have to handle all serious duties with absolute care.
That means no cutting corners.
None at all.
If a project requires 10 steps, you cannot just do the first 3, charm your way through the middle, and then jump to the end.
No, the charts are giving a massive warning here. Do not take any lazy shortcuts. Do not ignore the important rules set by your boss or your company.
Because Saturn will catch you.
Oh, Saturn will definitely catch you. If you try to skip the boring details, Saturn will make sure it backfires on you loudly.
Yes?
You have to sit at your desk, follow the strict guidelines, and just use that Mars energy to power through the hard work step by step.
Man, that sounds like a very long, very frustrating day at the office for someone who loves freedom.
It will be tough.
They are definitely going to need a release valve.
Yeah.
And looking at the charts, it seems the universe is actually providing one. Let us talk about your best match for the week, Aries.
Yes. Aries is exactly what you need right now. Because Mercury meets Mars on April 20, you and an Aries will feel an intense and burning urge to just conquer the entire world together.
I love that. Because Aries is a fire sign, just like you.
Exactly.
So they do not judge your need for speed. They actually encourage it.
They match your wild, boundless enthusiasm completely. When you mix your energy with an Aries, it creates this massive, unstoppable energy and just pure fun.
Okay, let me make sure I'm seeing this clearly.
Sure.
During the day, at work, you have to follow these incredibly strict boss rules, take absolutely no shortcuts, and basically act like the most serious, grounded person in the entire world.
Right.
But the second you clock out and meet up with an Aries, you can throw all those rules right out the window and be totally wild and free.
That is the exact balance the astro data is showing.
That is fascinating.
Yeah, the Aries connection is literally the pressure release valve for all that pent-up Saturn frustration from your workday.
So you can just let loose.
Completely.
Yeah.
You can easily share your craziest, most out-there philosophical ideas with an Aries. And instead of telling you to be practical, which is what Saturn did all day, they will immediately jump into action to help make them real.
So you tell them you want to drive to the mountains to look at the stars, and they already have the car running.
Yes. Spending time with them frees you from the boring daily routines that Saturn is forcing on your work life. They will eagerly follow you on any spontaneous travel adventure without a single worry.
So the game plan is survive the day by playing by the rules, and then let the Aries help you burn off that extra energy at night.
Exactly.
But as we move to the next day, April 21, the vibe changes completely. The moon enters Cancer.
Yes, and this is a big shift. We are moving from fire and earth into deep emotional water.
The Cancer moon always slows things down, doesn't it? And it pulls you inward.
It does. Your focus turns heavily to your shared finances.
Yeah.
Because Cancer rules the home, the family, and emotional security. When this energy hits your charts, you are suddenly looking for true emotional safety in your deep, intimate bonds.
Now, for a Sagittarius, emotional safety and financial safety usually feel like two completely different things, but right now, they are tied together.
Very closely tied together. This moon shines a bright, revealing light on your shared income, your taxes, and your deep debts.
Why does a moon associated with feelings and home suddenly make you want to look at your credit card bills? That seems so unsagittarius.
Because debt is a threat to your nest.
Oh, I see.
The mechanism here is that Cancer makes you deeply aware of what protects you and what leaves you exposed. A heavy debt leaves you completely exposed.
Right, and you want to feel safe.
Exactly. So you will feel highly motivated to build true lasting wealth. You will suddenly want to pay off old loans to really secure your future family life.
So the fire sign that usually says, I will figure the money out later, let's just go on a trip, is suddenly sitting at the kitchen table with a calculator, aggressively trying to clear a loan.
Yep. That is a huge shift, but a really good one. It is a very protective energy.
But because the emotional tone of the day is so thick and heavy, it brings us to your worst match of the week.
Yes, unfortunately.
Right. Because if you are a Sagittarius dealing with a Cancer moon, the absolute last thing you want is more heavy water energy. And that brings us to Pisces.
Pisces is your worst match right now. Your fundamental approaches to life and your emotional speeds are completely mismatched.
How bad is it?
On April 21, you will clearly notice an extremely heavy emotional barrier between you two.
Let us paint a picture of how this actually looks in real life.
Okay.
Pisces wants to swim deep in sad, complex feelings and these confusing dreams. They want to process every single emotional nuance.
Oh, absolutely.
But you, as a Sagittarius, you just want to run fast toward the bright and happy truth of the open world. It is like one person wants to sit in a dark room and cry to sad music while you want to throw open the windows, let the sun in, and run outside.
That is spot on. The friction comes from how Pisces needs to feel safe. They have a constant need for gentle, emotional reassurance and quiet time.
And you just don't have the patience for that right now.
Not at all. Because you are already feeling the heavy weight of the Taurus sun and the Cancer moon, their neediness is going to rapidly make you feel completely trapped and highly impatient.
As a Sagittarius, your usual defense mechanism when you feel trapped is to just leave. You just walk away.
Right.
But you also do not want to be the bad guy. So the temptation is to try and fix them, right? To say, hey, stop being sad. Look at all the good things we have.
And that is the worst possible thing you can do on April 21.
Really? Why?
The charts show that trying to talk them out of their feelings will only cause deep misunderstandings and totally useless arguments. Do not try to fix things or communicate right now.
Because you can't use logic to fix water sign emotions.
Exactly.
So you just have to sit in the discomfort of walking away.
Yes. Simply give them their needed space and go have fun alone.
That feels harsh.
It isn't, really. You do not need to slam the door or make a big dramatic exit. Just clearly state that you're going to take some time for yourself, step back, and focus on your own safety and financial goals for the day.
That requires a lot of maturity, just letting someone be upset and not making it your job to fix it.
It does, but it will save you both a lot of grief.
Okay, so moving past that heavy emotional day, we hit April 23 and April 24. And here is where we find a massive spending trap.
Oh yes, this is a big one.
Because the emotional heavy lifting from the Cancer moon takes a real toll. And what is the first thing we do when we feel emotionally exhausted and trapped by work rules? We try to buy our way back to freedom.
Which brings you right into the trap of the Leo moon on April 23.
Now, this is another one of your best dates, right?
Yes, because the energy feels fantastic. Leo is bold, loud, and loves a good show. And this is a big but, it is dangerous for your wallet.
Because of this Leo moon, you might feel deeply tempted to spend your hard-earned cash on fancy luxury items or like fun, expensive travel hobbies just to make yourself feel good and free again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You survived the strict boss, you survived the sad Pisces, and now you just want a reward.
And the urge to splurge will feel totally justified in your mind.
It really will. But here is the absolute warning from the astro data. You absolutely must stick to your strict budget.
No.
None. Do not make any silly purchases right now. Do not book the expensive flight. Do not buy the shiny new toy.
But wait, the very next day, April 24, the first quarter moon in Leo, asks you to boldly show your unique philosophical ideas to the whole world through travel or higher education.
Yes, it does.
So how can the universe tell you to go travel and share your big ideas, but also tell you that you absolutely must stick to a strict budget and not spend money on travel hobbies? That feels like the charts are playing a cruel joke on you.
It looks like a contradiction at first. I completely get why it feels that way. But you have to look at the mechanism of what is happening on April 24.
Okay, what is happening?
On that same day, Mercury makes a very helpful connection to Lilith.
Oh, Lilith is fascinating. It is wild, rebellious, and deeply clever energy. It represents the parts of us that survive by thinking completely outside the box.
And that cleverness is the key here. This connection gives you the clever ideas you need to find completely hidden sources of extra income through your creative talents.
Ah. So the universe is not saying do not travel. The universe is saying do not use your savings to travel. Use your brain to generate new money to fund the travel.
You are analyzing it perfectly. The charts show you should use the clever, rebellious energy from Lilith to grow your bank account steadily over the coming months.
Okay, so you have to be proactive.
Very. You use your creative talents to make extra money first. Maybe you figure out how to monetize a hobby, or you find a freelance gig that uses your natural speaking or teaching skills.
Right.
You build that hidden income stream, so later you can fund your big ideas without breaking your strict budget.
That is brilliant. It satisfies the Sagittarius need for growth and adventure, but it totally respects the Taurus demand for physical and financial safety we talked about earlier. You literally have to earn the freedom.
Exactly. You are laying the groundwork.
And speaking of feeling free, April 24 is also a huge day for romance.
It is a massive day for love, because Venus meets Uranus in Taurus.
Now, Venus is love, connection, and basically what makes us feel good.
Right.
And Uranus is the lightning bolt. It is sudden change, shocks, and surprises. And they are meeting in Taurus, which is the sign of physical routines.
So when you put all that together, this combination brings completely unexpected surprises to your daily routines with your partner. The stubbornness of Taurus gets hit by the lightning of Uranus.
Oh, I like that image.
Yeah, you will want something totally different from your usual health habits or daily patterns with your partner.
So if you always go to the same gym on Thursday nights, suddenly you want to just skip it and go to a late night dance class instead.
Exactly. Or you want to throw out your usual meal prep and try cooking something totally wild together. You have to break the physical routine to feel the spark.
That sounds like a lot of fun, honestly.
It really is. And later that same day, the energy shifts from the physical body to the mind.
Oh.
Venus leaves Taurus and enters Gemini, moving directly into your partnership sector.
Gemini. That is pure air energy. It is fast, chatty, and curious. After being weighed down by all that earth and water earlier in the week, this must feel absolutely amazing.
Feels like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, it is like opening a window in a stuffy, closed-off room to just let a crisp, fresh breeze in.
That is exactly it. Gemini thrives on verbal connection. This makes your verbal communication with your special someone much more playful and highly intellectual.
So you do not want to just sit on the couch in silence watching a movie.
No, not at all. You want to debate, you want to share random facts, you want to just laugh and talk.
So what should they practically do with this fresh breeze?
The astro charts strongly suggest you definitely plan a fun trip or a long, fascinating conversation to properly enjoy this fresh energy with your partner.
Somewhere you can really focus on each other.
Right. Go somewhere you can just talk for hours.
Yeah.
A long drive, a coffee shop, anywhere that really stimulates your mind. The mental connection is what will build the romantic connection right now.
That is the perfect setup for the weekend. And when we hit Friday, April 26th, the sky is just packed with action. It is going to be a weekend of sudden magic and big rewards.
There are 4 major planetary events happening on April 26th alone.
4. That is a lot for one day.
It is huge. First, Uranus enters Gemini.
Wait, we just saw Venus go into Gemini for your love life. Now Uranus, the planet of shocks and brilliance, is moving there too.
Yes. And because of this, you will experience a sudden flood of brilliant new ideas regarding close partnerships and marriage.
Like lightning bolt ideas.
Exactly. These ideas will seem to just drop out of nowhere. You might suddenly understand exactly how to solve a long-standing issue in your relationship, or suddenly realize you're actually ready for a much deeper commitment.
But this does not just affect romance, right? The partnership sector also rules business.
It does. At work, this transit might easily bring a sudden change or a new unpredictable business partner into your life.
Wow.
Someone might literally walk into your office with a wild idea that challenges everything you have been doing.
No, for a fire sign, an unpredictable business partner sounds fun but also deeply chaotic, especially when they just spent the whole week following the boss's strict rules under Saturn.
It is highly chaotic.
Yeah.
And that is why the charts give a very specific instruction here.
Which is?
You must stay perfectly calm and completely avoid any unnecessary drama at your workplace to protect your good reputation.
So don't take the bait.
Right. If this new person brings chaos, Do not let them drag you into the storm. Let them be wild while you stay anchored.
That makes a lot of sense. You do not want to burn down the house just because someone brought you a shiny new match.
Beautifully said.
Thanks. And staying calm is super important because the second major event on April 26th is all about rewards. The sun makes a helpful link to the North Node.
Yes, and the North Node represents your true path, your ultimate destiny.
Oh, wow.
When the sun links to it in a helpful way, it shows that your hard work will definitely pay off.
So all that discipline you showed earlier in the week dealing with Saturn's rules and ignoring those lazy shortcuts is actually recognized by the universe right now.
Exactly. The universe is paying you back. And to help you process that payoff, the moon enters Virgo on this same day.
Virgo. Virgo is the ultimate organizer. It wants everything labeled, sorted, and totally clean.
Yes. This brings a perfect opportunity to deeply organize your career goals and clean your professional public image.
So practically, what should they be doing?
Update your resume. Clean out your email inbox. Fix up your professional social media profiles. Take all the wild ideas from Uranus and put them into neat, Virgo-approved folders.
Okay, let's recap this crazy day. We have sudden, brilliant ideas for marriage, an unpredictable business partner causing chaos, karmic rewards from the North Node, and a deep urge to organize your desk. That is already a ton for one day.
It is. But there is a fourth event.
Right, you said 4. What is the last one?
The most magical one, honestly. On the same day, Venus connects beautifully with Neptune.
Neptune is the planet of dreams, illusions, and the deep spiritual waters.
Yes, and this connection brings deep spiritual romance and unconditional love to your home and family connections. It softens all the sharp edges of the entire week.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
And if you are single, pay close attention to this part.
Okay, singles, listen up.
You might easily meet someone who feels like a literal dream come true through your daily work during this highly magical and deeply transformative time.
Wait. Through your daily work.
Yeah.
So you are sitting there, organizing your folders like the Virgo moon wants, staying totally calm while the unpredictable business partner runs around, and suddenly you meet someone who feels like a soulmate.
The universe works exactly like that. The magic happens right in the middle of your everyday routine.
That is wild. I have to pause here because this is a massive amount of information for 1 week, let alone one day.
It really is a lot to process.
We have new health rules, magical romance at the office, unpredictable business partners, and organizing a whole career path. What is the one core thing they absolutely need to remember so they do not just drown in all this energy?
When we analyze all these shifting planets together, the central anchor is this. You must use this specific time to carefully plan your next big steps.
Okay, plan carefully.
Pay close attention to the small details of your wellness. Listen to what your body tells you every single day. Start a brand new exercise plan or a very healthy daily diet. Do not rush blindly into any of these sudden changes.
So it all comes back to the Taurus energy from the very beginning of the week. The body is the anchor.
That's exactly.
If you are drinking your water, eating clean food, and resting your mind, you can actually handle the sudden business partner. You can handle the magical romance. But if your physical battery is at 0, all this magic just turns into overwhelming stress.
You nailed it. The physical body is the container for all this brilliant energy. You just have to keep the container strong.
That makes perfect sense. Let us give them some extra tools to help keep things strong this week. What are the lucky elements for Sagittarius in the charts right now?
Well, your color of the week is purple.
Purple. You know, that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, so?
Because it is a mix of the fiery red of your natural Sagittarius energy and the calm, cool blue of that deep spiritual Neptune energy we just talked about. It is the color of wisdom.
I love that interpretation. It is a very grounding but highly spiritual color. And then your lucky numbers for the week are 9, 14, 22, 29, 35, and 41.
Okay, 9, 14, 22, 29, 35, and 41. So how can they practically use the color purple and those specific numbers during these wild daily routines?
Well, there are a lot of ways.
Like, if you are dealing with that unpredictable new business partner, maybe you bring a purple coffee mug to the meeting to just remind yourself to stay calm.
A purple mug is a great idea. Or keep a purple pen on your newly organized Virgo desk to write down all those clever Lilith ideas for extra income.
Oh, that's smart. And what about the numbers?
As for the numbers, maybe you aim to save $35 a day toward your hidden income goal. Or you plan that long, fascinating conversation with your partner on the 14th floor of a building. They're just small anchors to keep you focused.
I love the idea of small anchors. It feels like the universe is giving you little breadcrumbs to follow when things get really confusing.
Exactly, they guide you through the week.
Well, this has been an incredible week to break down. From the heavy 50-pound blanket of Taurus demanding you rest, to the strict rules of Saturn, the emotional mismatch with Pisces, and finally, a weekend packed with brilliant ideas and deep spiritual romance.
It is a roller coaster, but a good one.
It really is. Sagittarius, as long as you plan carefully and take care of your physical body, you are going to master this week. Thank you so much for listening to this episode on Horoscope TV. Please make sure to subscribe so you can get notified when the next episode is available.
And before we go, consider how that completely hidden source of extra income you discover this week might perfectly align with that sudden, unpredictable business partner. Could this surprising combination be the exact key that changes your entire career path forever?